Properties, default, audio input. Okay. We need to unplug it and plug it back, huh? What you want? Use. I gotta fix. There we go. All right, can y'all hear me now? Is there sound now? Can everybody hear me? Everybody hear me? Let me know in the chat. All right, cool. You hear me now? Great, 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 great. All right, so let me go ahead and restate what I was just saying. So I'm here to talk about the reset button that is on the MoveQuest back office today. All right, so I said at 7:55 I was going to get the information started. I want to give everybody an opportunity to share this with whoever they need to share it with. There is a button back here in the MoveQuest dashboard that I don't want people to make the mistake and press if they don't mean to press it. All right, it is the reset. You will see a reset button in the minor match challenge. All right, if you have not been on the calls, if you have not been on the most recent update for MoveQuest that was done on Tuesday, that you may have missed this announcement. And it's a big announcement because it does affect everyone. And I don't want anyone to make a mistake when it comes down to this button. So I'm going to give it another 2 or 3 minutes or so. Let's say 7:57-ish, just to give everybody a chance to come on in the room. I'm glad you guys can hear me. And thank you, Smithology Projects. Thank you, Pop, for letting me know that you couldn't hear me. I appreciate it. All right. Nobody else told me. Y'all just going to sit here and let me be quiet, huh? Anyway, I'm just joking. But I think it's very important that we talk about this. And I want to make sure that when I share my screen, you guys can hear me too. All right. Can you guys hear me right now? Hopefully you can hear me right now as well. You should be able to see me as well at the bottom of your screen. So that's working fine. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes before I start talking about it. 7:57. If you do hear me right now, let me know where you're tuning in from. Wherever you're tuning in from, let me know. All right. We have a amazing community here at BOJ. There's an amazing MoveQuest community over here. I am a core team member with the MoveQuest opportunity. I'm one of like 23 other people that are really committed to the MoveQuest opportunity, the protocol, and everything about it, and in between and outside of it. I do believe that MoveQuest is the most life-changing opportunity in crypto to date. All right. And there are some other amazing opportunities to be a part of some amazing communities. For those of you in the Bitcoin community, hey, we already know how amazing Bitcoin is. For those of you in the XRP community, we already know what XRP can do, what it has the capability of doing. And if you don't, you should go on YouTube University and check it out since you're already here, right? But don't leave this video just yet, because it's not about those opportunities. This is about the MoveQuest opportunity, in which we have a chance with our physical bodies, with whatever they can do, right? Whether it be as limited as they are or as athletic as they are, we have the opportunity to earn cryptocurrency with our daily movement. That's right. When we get up in the morning and we put our feet to the floor, even before we put our feet to the floor, we are earning MQT. We are mining MQT, because guess what? We are mining MQT in our sleep. Ladies and gentlemen, sleep is another way that you earn MQT in MoveQuest. Did you know that? If you knew that sleep was a way that you can get or earn MQT or mine MQT in the MoveQuest opportunity, put a 1 in the chat. All right, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat if you knew before this live that you are earning MQT, you are mining MQT in your sleep. All right, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat if you knew that. All right, we already know the physical movement and the working out and all that stuff that some people love to do and some people just hate to do, right? There's a lot of people that do not want to go work out at all. All right, and we talked about some of the options for you guys yesterday in our live. So if you missed our live yesterday about how to make so much money and to earn so much crypto with MoveQuest, you ought to go back and watch it. Now, I know it's 3 hours long, and I know I tend to talk a lot, but the feedback that I have received from that video so far has been that it has helped folks to start to understand what we have our hands on, all right? And I try to keep things as simple as possible. The things that you need to be a part of MoveQuest is a MetaMask wallet, some Avalanche, and the ability to move. You don't even need a wearable. Like I have my wearable over there. It's on the charger right now. Man, I missed it at the gym this morning, but it's on the charger right now. All right. So anyway, we are here to talk about this reset button. It is 7:58. I'm actually going to give it just 2 more minutes. We're going to get this started at 8 o'clock. So just give you guys one last chance to get folks in the room. I'm not going to be here 3 hours tonight. I promise you. We are going to go through what this reset button means. All right. Why it's here and what it means if you press it at 8 o'clock. All right. So if you need to get folks in the room, if you want to ask questions, feel free. That's what we have the comment section for. Let me change my top chat over to live chat so I can see everything going on. All right. So we're going to make sure that that is there for folks that if you want to chime in and let me know where you're tuning in from. We got about 60 seconds till we start talking about the minor match challenge, what it is here for, what it's being used for, and why there is a reset button that was not there before. All right. We're going to talk about that in just a minute, less than a minute, actually. We're looking at the clock. It's 7:59. As soon as I see that 8 pop up, we are jumping into the back office, or my back office, just so we are clear what back office we're going to of MoveQuest, so I can explain to you guys what amazing opportunity we have right now, why it's here, and what it's all about. All right. So I'm just waiting a few more seconds. Invite your folks, click the share button if you got to. Come on in the room. We are here to talk about the most amazing, the most life-changing project that there is in the crypto space. Let's go ahead and jump into it. It is 8 o'clock. All right. And as you see, we are talking about the minor match challenge. Now, some of you may be like, well, BOJ, what is the minor match challenge? I don't even know if I have seen anything like this before. All right. So let me just give you a little bit of context. For those of you that tuned in yesterday, for those of you that have been watching, paying attention, and for those of you that haven't, what the minor match challenge is, we are getting ready as MoveQuest, the protocol, we are getting ready to expand from the Avalanche, and not just from the Avalanche, because Avalanche will still always be a part of our ecosystem, right? But we are expanding our capabilities with the native tokens that we have relationships with, okay? For those of you that are the OG MoveQuest Get Fit mining folks, you know that this started on the Binance blockchain, all right? Now, that was like a pilot. That's like the first episode of a TV show you really like. You know there's more development that needs to be made. You know that there could be some changes. You know that there may be a switch. It may go to something else. But that's what it started off as, right? So that's back early 2024, Get Fit mining days. Then you get into August timeframe of 2024, and they unveil that they are going to be on the Avalanche blockchain as their most consistent blockchain, all right? And we were happy for that. We clapped that up, right? We clapped that up. We were so excited to have Avalanche. We knew, when you're talking about Avalanche, when you're talking about BNB or Binance Coin, you're talking about major cryptocurrencies that you find on major exchanges all over the world. In most wallets that you can even attain, you are going to find BNB. You're going to find Avalanche, all right? AVAX, BNB. You can look it up, all right? So in April timeframe of this year, for those of you that did not know, we are going to be launching not only into where we're already in Avalanche, but we're going to be bringing the BNB blockchain back, right? This Avalanche experience taught us so much about how we need to maneuver, what kind of things MoveQuest needs to have and be so that it can have success on all of these different chains, right? So we learned so much from the launch in BNB. We learned so much from switching from BNB to Avalanche. And now we are primed and prepped to bring BNB back. But that's just 2 blockchains we've discussed, right? Then we're going to be adding the Polygon chain, the Solana chain, and I do believe the Arbitrum chain, all right? So those are 5 major blockchains, 5 native tokens that we are going to be able to participate in. So folks that have or that are very big believers in those communities, there are people that really believe that Avalanche is going to be the next Bitcoin. So the same folks that believe in BNB and that believe that BNB is going to have huge success and that Avalanche is going to have huge success, the communities that back them, they are now going to have an opportunity to link arms with MoveQuest and see it as a way that they can not only mine MQT, but this, I mean, honestly, I see this as a way that we can pretty much mine whatever token that we want, because when we sell our MQT for whatever we decided to sell it for, we can go through the swaps and do all the stuff to turn it into something else. And it wasn't something that we had to go buy off the market. It was something that we were able to earn or mine with our miners and then just take the MQT through the process of swapping. Now, a lot of folks, we want to hold on to our MQT because we believe here at MoveQuest that MQT has the tokenomics, and you can go, all you crypto folks out there that are pros and that know tokenomics and know white papers and light papers, I encourage you to go to the website and look it up. Do your research for yourself. All right. But we're going to be launching on all those blockchains, those 5, right? So I mentioned Arbitrum, I mentioned Polygon, I mentioned Solana as some new options. I mentioned BNB is coming back and Avalanche is going to be here. But the most important one out of all of those different blockchains and all of those native tokens is what? MQT. And you guessed it, MQT, MoveQuest, is going to have its own blockchain. As a matter of fact, after I clap it up real quick, as a matter of fact, the testnet is live right now. We can all use the testnet right now, all right? It is not the main net, but it's a testnet that we can use to test how it's going to be. It's in your application right now. So for those of you that haven't tried the testnet in the MoveQuest app, go for it, right? But that's not what we're here for. We're talking about the Miner Match Challenge. Now, when this first started on December the 13th, there was some talking going on. There was folks that felt like they missed the boat. They didn't get started on time. They didn't see the announcement, all these different things, right? And I just want to be clear about my opinion on that. If you are not staying updated on your own, then you're gonna miss stuff like this. As a matter of fact, just my personal opinion, I didn't like starting to hear about people having the opportunity to have this reset. I'm one of those people that believe that if you don't make it so that folks know that if they missed out on something, they missed out on something, and they have to wait till the next time, they have to really experience that fear of missing out before they get it. And in this space, we have seen so many different things get extended and this and that and all this stuff. And I don't have a problem with extensions. Don't get me wrong, because sometimes extensions have helped me to position myself. They've helped me to position my people. And that's the reason I'm doing this video right now. But I just wanted to add that in there because I'm another person that believes that if you let things extend all the time, people will never take promotions seriously. They have to miss a promotion or two. They have to miss an opportunity or two and then see the people have success with what they didn't miss out on because they paid attention. Sometimes you have to let that kind of stuff ride, baby. Folks got to learn, okay? But what they did, and I want to clap it up one more time for MoveQuest before we even get into this. On December the 13th, when they told us this was launching and they gave us time to let us know what this was, and Lynette even said this out her mouth, this Miner Match Challenge was to reward the people that have been here. It's to reward the people that have continued to submit and honestly have built that habit of getting their daily submissions in and believing in MoveQuest when it was having all these different issues with, you know, things that were supposed to come out at a certain time that didn't, and, you know, folks that were really a part of the leadership of MoveQuest deciding to pivot and do something else. This was to reward the folks that stayed in, stayed committed, and continued to submit their proof of activity. As you can see, since December the 13th, I have already submitted 47 days. And might I add, I have not missed a single day of submissions since this Miner Match Challenge has started, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited about that because I'm over halfway there right now. Now, let me tell you why everyone, well, not everyone, but why it's so important for me to submit. And then I'm going to get to this reset challenge. And I've left this up here so you guys can kind of put the pieces together for yourself. I don't want to insult anybody's intelligence and their reading ability, but I wanted to explain this how I felt it, right? So when this launched, they let everybody know, hey, if you submit over the next 110 days, if you submit 90 out of those 110 days, we are going to match your current level of mining and your current level of mining docs on all of the different blockchains that we just discussed, right? So we discussed the MoveQuest chain, which we're so excited about, which is going to be something that's really our baby, right? As MoveQuest community, that's our baby. But we are really opening it up with opening the Arbitrum and the Solana and the Polygon and bringing back BNB and keeping Avalanche strong. But what they're going to do is they're going to match your current power and the slots 100% match if you were to get 90 days in. Now, for me, that was enough because you're thinking about, and this are my details, so I'm going to bring this up for you so you guys can see this. This is how it applies to me. Now, how it applies to you, you have to go into your back office and look, all right? First thing I want to suggest, if this is where you want to be, don't change a thing here, okay? I knew I wanted 18 Titans and 18 docking slots with 7,200% mining power to be what I experience on every single blockchain that's coming. And that is what that 100% match means. So that means that if I submit 90 out of the 100 days or 110 days, that was initially the date, right? The initial time frame that it was going to be, right? Back in December, I was going to get all 18 miners, Titans, by the way, because I've been mining with Titans. I was going to get all 18 docking slots opened to put those miners in, and I would pretty much be able at that point to mine with 7,200% on not only the Avalanche chain that we're on right now, but the BNB chain and the Arbitrum chain and the MoveQuest chain and the Polygon chain and the Solana chain. When they launch, all of them will be matched. Now, that's kind of hard to do, all right? That may be a little bit difficult to do, to submit 90 days, depending on what level you are. So they gave us opportunities for, hey, you may not get 90 days, but that's okay. If you get 60 days, we're going to 40% match your power and your slots. And hey, if you don't get 60 days, you know what? We don't want to leave everybody. We don't want to just leave folks behind. We understand that some folks can't afford to make those submissions all the time, but they may just be building a habit. They may just be getting started. They may just be, there could be a lot of variables to why a person would only submit 30 days out of 110 days. But if that's what they did, they're going to be rewarded with a 15% match on the power and the slots on all of the blockchains, okay? Now, for those of you that don't understand the power of submissions and what that is doing for the MoveQuest opportunity, our daily submissions to submit our proof of physical activity to the blockchain, that money goes to liquidity. It's not going into anybody's pockets. It's going right back into the ecosystem of MoveQuest. It is the reason why our price is going to continue to go up and to skyrocket, because as MoveQuest grows, from just south of 10,000 wallets involved to, I did some math the other day. For those of you that didn't know, there are 30 million MetaMask users today, plus 30 million, all right? We all know that MetaMask is a very essential tool in the crypto space, and it's also a very essential tool here with MoveQuest to participate in the Web3, right? But when you think about how many MoveQuest users that there are just south of 10,000 wallets, and then you think about how many people have, or how many wallets have been submitting their proof of physical activity over the last month, probably an average of just south of 2,500 wallets. So think about that. 2,500 wallets are submitting every day. 10,000 wallets have the capability of submitting every day. So we got to close that gap, right? That was an initiative that this is a part of, closing that gap. This is going to get some of those folks that are out there that have not been submitting for a while, that have not been involved in the ecosystem here at MoveQuest. They've been in and out or whatever the case may be. I think it is a no-brainer, especially when I think about all the money that I spent on my current miners that I own for life, by the way. One-time purchases, by the way, all right? And those docking slots, right? I would want the opportunity to be on all of those different blockchains. So I took advantage of it, and I will continue to do that. Now, let's get to this reset button. I think we kind of understand. Do you guys understand what this miner match challenge is? All right, do you guys start to understand that now? It started on the 13th. It ends on May 13th, 2026. That date has been pushed where this ends. Now, based on what I understand from the call on Tuesday, the day that the blockchains and all that stuff is still going to be early April, mid-April timeframe, hopefully. But this gives them a little bit of space to get the development done the right way, because we know sometimes MoveQuest needs that, right? But this also gives you more time. This is before the reset challenge, the reset button even was on here, right? It gives you more time to get your 90 days in, to get a full mirrored match on all of these blockchains. How amazing is that, ladies and gentlemen? Asa Online, what is this? This is MoveQuest, brother. Welcome. I can get you some more information if you'd like. This is not necessarily the new person call. This is me or a new person live. But I do believe that this is one of the most amazing cryptocurrency protocols on the planet. It mixes health in our physical movement, and we are using our bodies to mine cryptocurrency. This is blockchain technology, and this is a legit crypto protocol. All right. So I think that's why we're all here. We want to make some money in crypto, right? This is a way we do that. So I didn't want to break off, but I did just notice that comment to let you guys know what this is. You're new here. For those of you that have been here, you kind of understand we are talking about the miner match challenge right now, and this reset button. Okay. So hopefully everyone understands what the goal of the miner match challenge was. We know we're on Avalanche blockchain. We know we have to open our docking slots to put miners in them. We know we have to purchase miners either by using the incubator hatchery, by using the pay-as-you-go system for the Trailblazers and the Explorers, and all the different things that we can do to attain our miners. But we have to have docking slots and miners to mine MQT, all right? What this initiative was to do is so that we can earn rewards and mine MQT across all the different blockchains that we're going to be a part of come April, March timeframe. All right, so let's get down to why this reset challenge button is here. Now, if you don't know what it's for, don't press it, okay? That's the first thing I want to say. Don't just go in and press this big red button. I think we've seen enough movies about big red buttons to know they do something very important, all right? Big red buttons do something extremely important. If you pay attention to any TV show, any movie, any cartoon where you see a big red button, if that big red button gets pressed, that means something big's about to happen, all right? It may be good, but it may be bad. It may not be what you were asking for, but it may be what you need, right? So let's get into it. Let's just read what it says first, and then I'll get into what it is to me. Reset challenge. If you reset, you will start from scratch and submit again for the remaining duration of the challenge. I want to repeat that before I tell you what that means to me. Reset challenge. If you reset, you will start from scratch and submit again for the remaining duration of the challenge. And there are 104 days remaining. All right, so let's talk about the miner match challenge and where the discrepancy was. On December the 13th, it was said on a call that folks were going to have the opportunity, or they thought they were going to have the opportunity. It's not the way I understood it. All right, the way I understood it is whatever you're mining with right now, you better not change it. Either you're going to increase it before they start this challenge, or you're going to decrease it before they start this challenge. But whatever you are at when they start this challenge on the 13th is what you need to stay at. Because if you lower the power, if you lower the docking slots, it's going to match your lowest dock composition. Like it says right here, y'all see that? Lowest dock composition. Your rewards will be based on the lowest mining power dock you submitted during the challenge period. All right. So even if you were one of those people that got in, saw this challenge, you saw it for what it was, an amazing opportunity to have your miners mirrored on all the different blockchains, but you decided to get your miners and upgrade your miners later throughout the miner match challenge and throw those in there and to see if you could get those matched. Hypothetically, say if you were a Trailblazer owner and you decided, oh, now I got to really take MoveQuest seriously because they're going to put us all these different blockchains and I have a chance to get all of those different docking slots and the power matched. Now I'm going to upgrade them, right? That does not going to help you for the way it was. Now, let me talk about what this reset challenge button. If you are one of those people that may have misunderstood the amount of time that you have to go and get those upgraded miners, I want to let you know you can get them whenever you want. All right. But if you want them to be a part of the miner match challenge from today going forward, here's what you need to do. You need to upgrade your miners and open your docking slots before you press this reset challenge button. Here's what that means. I'm going to go to my mining dock so you can see what the mining dock looks like. This is a mining dock. This is my mining dock. I have all 18 of these open. I've got all the most powerful miner that you can have in this ecosystem is the Titan. Now, let's just say you're a person, you may have only, I don't know, these 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You only have these 10 slots open. And let's just use the Titans, for example, right? You got 10 Titans, but you want to be in the miner match challenge with all 18 docking slots open and all 18 Titans. What you would need to do to have your miners matched at that level at this point, today on January the 29th, is you need to go and open your docking slots that are available to open. It'll tell you exactly what you need to do, and I'll give you a clue. You're going to have to buy some MQT. These docking slots past 10 are paid for in MQT, and it's $80 worth of MQT per docking slot. All right? Then you would have to get Titans. How do you get Titans? Well, if you know a little bit about the ecosystem, you know you have to get Vanguards and merge 2 of them to make 1 Titan. So all these Titans that I have here right now, these came from combining 2 Vanguards together, which I have plenty of in my auxiliary, right, in my stash, and 2 of these create 1 Titan. You would then have to go to your mining dock, put these in your mining dock, which is very easy to do. And I want to add here that in the Help Center, there are videos on how to do everything you need to do in the MoveQuest system to date right now, with the exception of the pay-as-you-go system, which we have just launched and we are getting more information out to you guys on right now. All right. So if you're one of those people that did not have the chance to mine with what you wanted to mine with, all right, if you are one of those people that was a little bit less consistent, you weren't submitting your proof of physical activity every day, right? Maybe you've only submitted 15 days out of the 47 days that have passed, and you want a new shot at this. You have a new fire for MoveQuest. You understand it more. You have more capital. Whatever the case is for you, right? Before you press this button, I want to remind you guys, with this 104 days remaining, you have until it says 90 days. And when it says 90 days, you have no grace period. All right. You cannot miss a day if you want 100% match. So it's 104 days. You have, what is that? 2 weeks. That's 14 days. So you have 2 weeks to decide in your mind right now on January 29th. Hey, before I press this reset challenge button, I need to go and open my docking slots. I need to go and put the miners that I want to be matched in them. I'm not telling you all to go and get the most powerful miners that you can't afford and then be down here trying to pay $7.43 a day because you went and bought all these most powerful miners, which is great. You future-proof yourself phenomenally having powerful Titans, all right? And I also want to remind you guys, these miners are not going to stay this price as you go forward throughout the years. As this continues to grow, some of these miners are going to get more expensive. Things are going to change. Docking slots, we already know, are going to go from $80 to $100. So you probably should open them right now, all right? I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm just telling you what I did. I opened them as soon as I could. And we started off with the capability of 10 to 12 docking slots when we first started. Now we have 18 that we have the capability of using. So I hope this is starting to make sense. If it's not making sense, feel free to ask questions in the chat while I'm here. I'm only going to probably be here another 10 minutes or so, all right? It's already 8:23. But here's the reason why they put this reset challenge here. If you are a person that didn't get the chance to put the most powerful miners that you want mirrored matched, right? You need to do that before you press this reset challenge button, because when you press it, whatever you have in your docking slot and your miners in the docking slot at the point that you press it, and I'm not pressing it, so I cannot do a test for you guys. I'm not even going to test to see if it says, are you sure? I'm just not going to press it. The buttons that I'm going to press are the couple buttons that I need to press to submit my proof of physical activity every day on the application. The buttons that I'm going to press is the buttons in MetaMask so that I can purchase Avalanche and I can make sure that I send it to my in-app wallet so that I can pay my $7.43 in submission fees every single day that I can until I get to this 90 days, and I'll probably keep going after that because I want all of these Titans and all of these docking slots mirrored on not just the Avalanche chain that we're on right now, not just the BNB chain that we started on before, but I'm talking Polygon, I'm talking Solana, I'm talking Arbitrum, and I'm talking QuestNet, or whatever they decide to call the MoveQuest blockchain, okay? So ladies and gentlemen, if you reset, if you press this button, you will start from scratch and submit again for the remaining duration of the challenge. Now, what this doesn't mean is that you're gonna have to start from scratch with your miners. You're gonna have to start from scratch with, the submissions that you made in your earnings, like all of these submissions, right? Like I just submitted and claimed my tokens yesterday, right? So it has no effect on that. All the other stuff that is a part of the regular part of the ecosystem, that does not change. This button does not reset your miners and take away or add or anything like that. But what it does, whatever miners and whatever docking slots that you have, when you press that button, that is what the Mirror Match Challenge is going to be basing these off of. And again, I want to mention, if you don't get the full 90 days, which you have a new opportunity to do right now, this is like new life as far as this challenge is concerned, okay? This is like new life as far as this challenge is concerned. If you get your 90 days, you're going to get the exact same miners and slots, and you are going to be so happy that you did, because ladies and gentlemen, that's a value of like $80-some thousand. And I've done a video of that in the past when I was first started talking about this miner match challenge, okay? Getting all of those miners, all those Titan miners, you don't have to merge a Vanguard to get them, and I'm just talking about the Titans now. And the 18 docking slots, you don't have to go in each one of the blockchains and reopen them if you participate in this challenge. Now, if you don't participate in this challenge, hear me, because the folks that are going to be seeing this late, they may not understand that they still have 14 days to get their 90 days fully in. You got a whole nother 2 weeks to decide that this is a challenge that you want to take, new or old. Those of you that are seeing this for the first time, you may be intrigued by having docking slots and miners on 6 different blockchains. And all you had to do was submit on one of them. That's a whole lot of value. And for those of you that have been here, you understand. But that's the 90 days. We cannot sneeze at the 60 and 30-day opportunities because, ladies and gentlemen, I'll take one miner and one docking slot on all of those different blockchains if I could. If that was all I could get, I would be doing the best that I could to get it. If you submit 60 days, you're going to earn a 40% match on your times 40%. So that's 720% power times 0.4, right? So I'll get 15%, which is not the full 100% match. I may not get all of the docking slots filled with Titans, but I'm going to get 40%. Now, I'm just about there already, me personally. I've already got 15 days down, so at the very least, with the 47 days that I have already submitted in this challenge, 52% in progress right now. I love counters like this, by the way. I am already qualified for this right here, the 15% match. For those of you that are out there that are qualified, I want to give a hands out to you. I want to clap it up. Because y'all been on it. And in another couple of weeks, we'll be achieving this 60 days, right? Another, 13 days? Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the goal is to get 100% mirror match. But I love that MoveQuest has a no man, no woman, no person left behind. I'm sure there's even some pets with some wearables on now out here mining MQT right now. I'm sure of it. I am almost sure of it, all right? Because this is a decentralized opportunity. Do you understand that college kids have an opportunity to participate in this? High school kids have an opportunity to participate in this, because here's the thing. It's decentralization doesn't ask you for your age. All it is your wallet address. It doesn't ask you your ethnicity. It doesn't ask you what country you're in. Now, of course, some countries have laws and rules that aren't very crypto friendly. And you got to do your research depending on where you are. But ladies and gentlemen, I've been involved in this since August of 2024. And as far as I know, this is an opportunity that everyone if you can buy crypto wherever you are in the world, you can participate in this opportunity. Because if the legislation and if of course your phone knows where you are, you can decide to do a VPN or something somewhere else. I haven't had to do that. I'm here in the States. So this is something that's here in the States. And boy, do we need something like MoveQuest in the States. Because we got to get moving. We got to shake this sedentary lifestyle. We have been known as the most powerful country, and yet we do a whole lot of sitting. Whole lot of sitting, not enough moving, all right? But I digress from that. This is a global opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone all over the world has an opportunity to be with this. This global stats button down here on the bottom left. Right now, we have 9,758 mining wallets that have the capability of mining MoveQuest. Right now, those are the folks that have decided with their wallets that they are going to link to the MoveQuest system, which literally takes a couple seconds, right? Based on submissions, all of this is on chain. So we get these statistics every day, y'all. Early part of January, we were seeing it over 2,500, 2,600. It's starting to decrease. It's starting to decrease down to 2,300 people submitting on a consistent basis. It's 2,300 for the last 6 days. It's been around the 2,300 person mark. Now, that doesn't spell a problem for me, ladies and gentlemen. As a matter of fact, the less submissions out there, when I submit, the more MQT I get. So if that's something, I mean, this is not just a meme token. This is something I can sell and earn real money for. As a matter of fact, I had CoinMarketCap up here before showing the price. Let's get to MQT and what the price of MQT is right now, since we're here. $7.22. Now, here's what I want you guys to do. If you are out there and you know of any other move to earn platforms in this space in crypto where you get to earn crypto from just moving your body, I want you to check out their price and tell me which one is close to MoveQuest right now. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna deepen that challenge. If you can find me a cryptocurrency token that is moved to earn this token, like move your body to earn this token and mine this token, and it's over $1, please send it to me. If you can find it, please send it to me. I'd love to see it. I would indeed love to see it. But right now, we don't have that. We don't have that. Craig 4403, y'all, you already know what it is, brother. I'm here to speak the truth, man. And it's so easy to speak the truth when you've been doing MoveQuest since 2024. I mean, we're sitting here in 2026. I done lost 50 pounds. I done gained some weight back and lost it again, put some muscle on. This has changed my life. So I can speak from a point of life-changing opportunity. And that's just what it did for my body. I am accumulating this token. There are staking mechanisms in MoveQuest, and I'm not going to spend all night talking about that because I spent a lot of time talking about it yesterday. I was on live for 3 hours yesterday, Craig. 3 hours. Can you believe that, Craig? Talking about how to make money in MoveQuest. And if you go and watch, you can skip through. Let me know if I get tired talking about MoveQuest in that 3 hours. I don't get tired about talking about MoveQuest. So anyway, all that being said, we are here to talk about what's going on with this opportunity. It is a ground floor opportunity that is global, ladies and gentlemen. Can you imagine? And I told the story yesterday because this is more of an Americanized kind of story, but this is real life, right? We all know that there are college campuses all over the United States that have hundreds of thousands of people on them. And we're just talking about the young folks. We're just talking about, we're assuming that they are probably the most able-bodied people to go out there and get some massive steps in. And I'm not taking nothing away from my 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80-year-olds that are out there getting it done. I'm not taking nothing away from y'all. But I want you guys to think about a college campus, right, that gets a hold of MoveQuest. I was in Norman, Oklahoma this year watching Oklahoma football play Missouri in Norman, right? I was in the stadium. Boomer Sooner everywhere. Right? It was a sold-out game. If you go up and look at the capacity of Norman, Oklahoma's football stadium, or their collegiate football stadium, it seats about 80,000, roughly, right? More than that, but 80,000 just to be safe and I'm not making no mistakes. It was a sold-out game. Now, that was just in one city in Norman, Oklahoma, on one college campus. We're not even talking about the folks that were tailgating outside, the rest of the students that are around campus doing whatever they're doing, other sports teams and all that different. We're not even counting all that in Norman, right? We don't have enough people submitting every day or owning a wallet or have their MetaMask wallets connected to this system. We don't even have enough folks to fill Norman, Oklahoma stadium 15% of the way. It would be a quiet day in that stadium. All right? But I said that to paint the picture of the growth that can happen with this. All right? I know I started talking about the minor match challenge, but I always just get so excited about the potential of MoveQuest and what we have our hands on, ladies and gentlemen. So this minor match challenge, just to reiterate, all right? We have had the opportunity since December the 13th of last year, at the end of the year, to have the chance as MoveQuest moves to these different blockchains. I'll repeat them again. We're already on Avalanche. We started off on BNB, right? Y'all know what those are. We're going to be moving, or we're going to be adding Solana, Polygon, Arbitrum, right? And our own MoveQuest blockchain. And this minor match challenge is going to give us the opportunity with whatever we have in our mining docks right now, the ones that we've opened, and then whatever miners that we've placed into those mining docks, we have the opportunity to have them 100% matched on all the different blockchains we're going to have a relationship with. But what that takes is you have to submit your proof of physical activity at least 90 days for that 100% match. There was a communication mix-up for some. It wasn't for all of us, but MoveQuest really does care about leaving no man or woman or child or dog behind. Shout out to Lynette's dog, Charlie. Not leaving anybody behind in MoveQuest. That's why this reset challenge button is here. Now, if you're like me, you've already been submitting, you're already on track for 90 days or 60 days or 30 days or whatever your goal is, do not press this button because it's going to start you on day 1. That's like 47 days here in submissions going to 1. Absolutely will I not press this button. I don't even want to press this button to see if it's going to ask me, are you sure you want to press this button? Because I am sure that I don't. I'm halfway there right now. I've been submitting my proof of physical activity every day since December the 13th. And I have all Titans, and I'm mining with the most power that you can even have. And it's $7.43 a day for me to submit. And of course, you can look at the submission fees per miner and decide what level you want to be on. You don't have to be all Titans, all 18 docking slots filled with Titans. You have the opportunity to fill them with Navigators, Trailblazers, Explorers, Vanguards, Titans, right? All with their own cost associated to their submission, right? And you can do your math. These times 18, of course, there are going to be some folks that have a different plethora of, you might have 3 Titans and 4 Vanguards, 6 Explorers, or whatever that equals 18, or however many docking slots you have available. But what you need to do, if you are one of those people that are interested in pressing this reset button, is you need to go and you need to open your docking slots right now. Before you press this button, you need to go and acquire the miners that you want right now and put them in the docking slots before you press this button. Before you press this button, I'll say it again. Before you press this button, because I know somebody out there is going to be like, oh no, I didn't know. I didn't know that reset challenge was going to start me back to 0. Can somebody help me undo it? I know it's going to happen. And I hope that the answer is no, so that people start to learn to pay attention to the information, ladies and gentlemen. You have to stay locked in now. The thing about passive opportunities is that it gets people so lazy. It really does create a passive mindset about these opportunities. No, we need to stay engaged. We need to stay in the system. We need to keep submitting on a day-to-day basis. And I'm not telling you guys nothing that I don't tell myself. Y'all know I talk to y'all like I talk to myself. All right? So, I don't want to sound harsh, but this red button, this reset challenge button, right here, y'all see it. Y'all see it. Do not press this button unless you have opened the mining docs that you want and have put your miners in them, okay? I cannot reiterate that enough, how important that is. For those of you that have been submitting since the 13th and after the 13th, and you are on your way to whatever level you are trying to achieve with this miner breakdown of rewards, keep on going. Keep going forward, all right? Keep on submitting. If you lower your doc composition at all, it's going to log the lowest, okay? If you add miners to it during the challenge, it will not change it from what the lowest was when you either started or from the time that you pressed this button. So I repeat, if you're gonna press this button and you have 14 days till it's gonna be really clear that you need to submit every day to get that 90, all right? Make certain, make absolutely 100%, no doubt about it, that you have opened the docking slots that you want to have on these different blockchains that are gonna come, and you have the miners in them, docked, D-O-C-K-E-D. All right, I just want to make sure I'm being very clear. All right, very, very, very clear. Okay, Craig, you got it. Everybody's got it. If you got this, what I'm trying to say today, put a got it in the chat. If you understand what I'm trying to say today, put a got it in the chat. If you're watching this after the live and you get it, you finally understand what this minor challenge is and what it was trying to do, say got it. Because what this minor match challenge was here to do, it was really to re-engage folks that have not been engaged. As you can see, we had close to 10,000 wallets that can submit their proof of physical activity in our system. But we only have around 2,500 and a little bit less than that are actually doing it. All right? So for those of you that are out there, may have been dormant, for those of you that have teams, reach out to your teams. Let them know what's here. Let them know what's going on, all right? Keep being consistent. Keep getting our steps in. You don't have to be one of those guys that gets out there and does 20,000 steps. You just have to be a person that believes that this is available for us. This technology is here, and the work and the steps and the movement and the ability to move that we should not take for granted. We have the ability to mine a cryptocurrency that has the ability to surpass Bitcoin. Can you imagine this MQT token even being $100 again? It's already been $100 at one point, right? Can you imagine it being $1,000? It's very possible. And it does not need the size of community that Bitcoin had when it got to 1,000. It doesn't need the size of community that Bitcoin had when it got to 10,000 or 30,000 or 50,000 or where it's at right now around the 80s and 90s in the thousands. MQT's tokenomics allow this thing to really, really skyrocket and change a whole lot of lives. Just from our physical activity, just from becoming healthier people from our movement. So I'm so glad that folks are out there and they said they got it. The Smithology Project's got it. Craig, you got it. And Craig, I second that, man. This is absolutely the best protocol on the planet. Because ladies and gentlemen, this is not a platform. We've been doing platforms so long, we didn't know the difference. I know I didn't. I didn't know the difference. This is a protocol. Y'all know what a protocol is? A platform or a project, they are just what it is by itself. But what MoveQuest is, ladies and gentlemen, multiple different blockchains and multiple different projects have the ability to link arms with MoveQuest and build their own liquidity through MoveQuest. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to show you just a quick example and I'm gonna get off of here because I'm just excited. I'll be on here another 3 hours, right? If we go to project mining, right? You see how it says available projects? This is just the first one. Now, for those of you that don't know what Bullish Moon is an educational platform, right? They have their own website. They've got crypto education. So for folks that are out there, when you heard me yesterday talk about how I believe MoveQuest is the perfect opportunity, not just because it combines health and wealth, but because for a person that is just starting crypto and just getting excited about it, there are resources to make sure that that new person comes into MoveQuest with the knowledge that they need, not only to participate in MoveQuest, but to be participants in the crypto space in general. And ladies and gentlemen, when you submit your proof of physical activity for MoveQuest, it gives you the opportunity to then submit your proof of physical activity for Bullish Moon and whatever other projects come. You know, Herschel tells a story about how healthcare providers can link their, and you know, all these different things are going to be tokenized, right? So imagine, because this is a health and wealth project, right? And we are submitting our steps and our proof of physical activity on the blockchain, which makes it easy to go look up what we've done on the blockchain. What if there was a healthcare company out there that saw this for what it was and they said, well, you know what? Every one of your folks that are mining MQT and they're, you know, getting 10,000 steps plus a day for, you know, 90 days or like a challenge like this where it's a long challenge, right? 150 some odd days at this point now that you have the opportunity to be submitting your proof of activity to get those miners. What if they told you, like, we're going to lower your premiums because you have proven that you're going to be out here physically active? So that's less risk on us. You're taking care of yourself. You're working out. You're taking care of your body. That is less risk for us to insure you with health insurance or whatever the product is, right? Because your physical activity is being posted on the blockchain. Craig's been in this platform in the crypto space since 2018, and he's telling y'all right now in the chat, this is absolutely the best platform on the planet. Now, I'm not just saying take his word for it. I'm not saying just take mine. Do your own research, all right? I know most of you aren't, But I encourage you to do it so that when you see stuff like this going on in the future, you can decipher from what is really a protocol, a project that's going to be here, and one that's just here fly by night. All right? So it's already 8:48. I've been on here longer than I wanted to. I thank y'all for tuning in tonight. But I just wanted to make sure that this was clear since I logged in my back office and seen this big old red button. All right? Please don't press this button unless, one, you are ready to reset. What does it mean to be ready to reset? So glad you asked. You need to open whatever docking slots you want matched. You need to acquire whatever miners you want, and you need to dock them in those docking slots before you press this button. So that's something that you think you want to do. You need to go into your miners. You need to go and say, hey, I need to hatch some miners in the hatchery, or I need to evolve the ones I got. Click on those buttons. Make sure you have some cryptocurrency in your MetaMask wallet so that you are able to make those transactions. It's going to tell you exactly what you need to do it. I implore you to go do it. All right? And if you don't want to do it, don't do it. I'm not here to tell you what to do. All right? Because y'all going to see every day what I've chosen to do. As a matter of fact, it's as transparent as what's on your screen right now. These are my personal statistics since December the 13th. I have submitted 47 days out of the 152 that I have the opportunity to do while this is going till May the 13th, 2026. All right. I've already gotten to the place where if I don't submit another day, I've already gotten 15% match on my miners and my docking slots. But of course, we're not stopping there, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting to that 90 and beyond. So I will not be pressing this reset challenge button. All right. But if you fit under that, folk, that was a little bit confused about the stipulations, or you thought you had the miners that you wanted, and then you got some money for Christmas, right? And then you wanted to upgrade, but then you realize, oh, well, it's going to take the lowest composition, all right? Christmas is over. New Year's is over. Some of y'all done had birthdays. I know a lot of pay periods done come and gone. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this opportunity is for everyone, but I pray they don't extend it. While I want everybody to have this kind of opportunity, one, I want the people that are really rewarded from this to actually be the ones that believe in what MoveQuest is doing and have been a part of it and have submitted. There are going to be challenges and things that come for the new folks coming down the line. There's going to be so much, all right? But I want this for the folks that are staying in the game. I want this for the folks that are staying committed, because you guys are going to be the leaders of this thing going forward. I don't have a worry about this going away. I don't have a worry about MoveQuest going away. Yes, the value of the token may go up, it may go down, but as a protocol in this crypto space that has its own blockchain, it does its work currently on the blockchain, I'm not worried about it going away. What I'm worried about now is the growth. What I'm worried about now is folks that were seeing this as a great idea before, and for whatever reason they don't now. I want to see them come on back. I want to see that number of daily submissions go from 2,500 or 2,300, where it's at right now, to 3,000, 5,000, getting closer to 10. I want to see the leaders out there that believe that this thing is a real, true, life-changing opportunity. I want to see y'all out there talking about it. I want to see you doing videos about it. I want to see you, hopping on the Zoom calls and all the different stuff that is available for us. I want to see the folks that need support and that have had questions. I want to see them go and get into the support tab that we have never had in this space in any of the projects that we've had, is Zoom support that you can jump on from Monday through Friday at different times, of course. Monday and Friday is open from 10 a.m. to 5 Eastern. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern by appointment. You want to set your appointment? How do you do that, BOJ? So glad you asked. Come over here to the support Zoom button, appointment request, and tap that button. They got a Discord channel for you to stay connected with the MoveQuest community. And if you're not getting your updates from me and my Telegram about announcements, features, tips, and all that great stuff, motivation, get it from their official Discord. Ladies and gentlemen, don't make any transactions with MoveQuest unless it says MoveQuest.com. All right? Here's another thing that I don't know if you guys knew. MoveQuest is going to be coming out with its own wallet. So for those of you that have been phished and attacked through your wallets, clicking on links that aren't valid and jump in there and steal your stuff, some of you guys have some horrific stories. MoveQuest is going to have its own wallet. And hopefully it's one of those wallets that you own the keys, full custody of your crypto, and it is fully able to be used with this system. I don't believe they would make their own wallet if it wasn't all that. If it wasn't better than the options that we have currently, I don't think they'd be doing it. As a matter of fact, I know they wouldn't be doing it. I know they wouldn't even be doing it. All right? Oh man, Craig, I just read this. Listen, I want to read this to you guys. I want to read you. And Craig, I hope you don't mind. This is in the comment section, right? Craig443, and shout out to you, Craig, for sharing this, because you didn't have to, all right? But you did, and I want to share it with the community, because I think it's going to uplift somebody, whether they're watching tonight, or they're watching tomorrow, or a month from now, or a year from now. Aside from what he said about being in crypto since 2018, he also said that he's actually bedridden. And he is still earning, still mining. Bedridden and still mining. Now, Craig, I don't know what that looks like to you. I don't know if that's moving your arms or whatever you're able to do, but sir, that is inspiring, and I gotta clap it up for you. Because there's a lot of able-bodied people that wouldn't even put in that effort to learn about what MoveQuest is and get their physical activity in. But Craig said this. He said, I'm actually bedridden and I still make money. And it helps me want to move my body as much as possible. It's easy to just lay here. But MoveQuest has changed my life physically and financially. And then, of course, he adds that you all need to follow me. I ain't mad at that. So come on, press that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, like this video, all the different stuff, right? But Craig also said he shared that he's been phished too. And phishing attacks have cost him personally almost $350,000. Does he seem discouraged? Craig, I might just ask you, are you discouraged? You might have been in that moment because nobody wants to lose any money. I don't want to lose $1, let alone 346,000 of them. But ladies, Craig, are you discouraged? Or are you excited today? And that's a mindset thing. That's a choice that Craig made. He said, I'm not going to let me being in the bed. You remind me of one of our core team members, Catherine Clement. She's responsible for making a lot of the MoveQuest songs that you've heard on the call, but she can't move that well. She doesn't travel that well. But there is very few people more excited about MoveQuest and the opportunity that it has for her and her life and the people in it than her. Those are the type of people that we have in our community, ladies and gentlemen. We got people that are doing everything they can to move as much as they can. They're excited about it. They're seeing results. They're coming off of medication. They're more inspired to take care of their bodies. Now they've turned from physical movement to now they're looking at their nutrition. Now they're looking at lifting heavier or lifting weights in general. People just going out and being more intentional about the steps that they're taking every day. Some people actually started paying attention to their phones and checking. Some people they didn't even know how many steps they were getting in a day. Had somebody email me and say, hey, I didn't realize I was only getting about 5,000 steps average a day. Because it has it in your phone. It'll tell you. Apple, check the health app. I'm not sure what it is for Android. There's an Android user out there that knows how to check their steps. The challenge of getting out there and doing 5,000 to 10,000 steps a day is literally a challenge, especially if you've been in a position where you do a lot of sitting. It's a challenge. But never in the crypto space have we had an opportunity to mine a cryptocurrency with our physical movement and submit our proof of physical activity compared to proof of work, right? We've heard of proof of work. Our proof of physical activity, POPA, on the blockchain. How amazing is that? Ladies and gentlemen, I will shout from the rooftops. I got to do more lives and getting people more excited with the live interaction. And now that I'm learning OBS and all that different stuff, I can do some more stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, MoveQuest is going to be here. Are you going to be here to help MoveQuest get to where it needs to be? Are you going to use MoveQuest as a tool to get to where you really want to be? So many New Year's resolutions are based on people's health and wanting to be healthier. There's so many people that go to the doctor and get a diagnosis and get told by the doctor that they need to move and get moving. And then they're finally wanting to get moving, right? And they wait till they're just about half dead. Let's not take our physical abilities and or what we have, what we're able to do right now, let's not take it for granted. Craig, I don't know if you know my story, but my mother was a quadriplegic since I was 3. So if you see the energy that I have about movement, I haven't always had it, right? But right now, when I understand that one, I'm not going to take it for granted because that's what my mama couldn't do. She could not walk. She could not run. But what I can do, I can walk and I can run, and I can encourage people to do the same thing with an intentional effort. And then I can share with them not only cryptocurrency, but the best way to bridge their already active life or lack thereof of activeness. I won't just assume everybody's active, but we're going to take people from right where they are. We're going to teach them how to transact cryptocurrency and be a part of something that is practical and adds to the value of their life, not just their wallet. And ladies and gentlemen, most of the stuff we've been a part of, we just take our crypto, we throw it into something, and then we wait for it either to scam out or we do as many withdrawals as we can. Or the folks that are new, you think you come across the best next thing and you put money in and then you think you're going to check back in a year or 6 months or 3 months or 2 years, you just sit it and forget it. Then you come back, ain't even no website. Some of y'all learn that way. I have been here every step of the way, ladies and gentlemen. I've been on the YouTube space here thugging and out with y'all for like 5-6 years. Y'all have seen this is a different face. It's got a little less fluff on it. I can say that's because of the intentional effort that I have put in because of knowing there was an opportunity like MoveQuest out there. If you feel like me today, you ought to email me. You ought to hit me up on Telegram. All right? Contact me. I want to help you get started. Matter of fact, if you want to get started right now, I'm going to tell you what you need to do or what you need to have. You need to have a MetaMask wallet, okay? You need to go in the description of this video and you need to click on the link that has the MoveQuest by it, all right? You can even click on some of my other MoveQuest videos and find the link in the description below, right? Then you need to go in there and you need to buy some Avalanche, okay? When you buy that Avalanche, you buy a couple dollars, $10, $15, $20, whatever. You go and you download, after you have finished the sign-in process on the DApp. I've actually lost 50 pounds, Craig. I lost 50, then I gained some back in muscle, you know what I'm saying? But I lost 50 the hard way, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, you get that Avalanche, you send it over to your spending wallet in MoveQuest after you've gone through the first couple steps in the application itself, which you can download in the App Store or the Google Play Store right now. You send that Avalanche over there into your spending wallet, you set your PIN code, you swipe to the right. If it doesn't swipe to the right, that means you have not sent Avalanche to your spending wallet. So make sure you have at least $2, $3 in there to start and get that swiped over. It's going to be a couple cents that they take, but you just want to have a couple dollars in there just to make sure. Just to make sure, all right? You swipe over your PIN code, you are in the system, ladies and gentlemen. And if you want to learn how to make even more money, how to earn crypto and rewards for just sharing an amazing idea, or even just mastering the invitation to the information, invite people to folks talking like me and Hayden and Herschel and Lynette, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, all these different times, noon, 7. There's so much. Go to the YouTube channel, master the invitation to the information. All right? Get involved, get moving, submit your proof of physical activity, take advantage of the opportunity that you have knowing that these miners and the blockchains are coming. Take part in the Miner Match Challenge. Get your docket slots open today or whenever you're watching this. Understand the amount of time that you have for this challenge is going to be in your back office. You'll be able to see it whether you're watching this video right now or you're watching this somewhere in February, whenever, March, whenever, all right? If you feel like you got to share this with somebody, share it with somebody. We want to see MoveQuest grow. We want to see people's lives being changed. We want to see people losing weight, getting stronger, coming off of medications, living healthier lifestyle, being able to be on this earth longer, spending more time with their kids, their grandkids, their parents, their brothers and sisters, their loved ones, their enemies, right? Sometimes we got to stay around and keep making our enemies mad. Some of y'all think like that, all right? I got some haters out there. They don't motivate me to do nothing but keep on going. But they're there for that. Anyway, I digress. MoveQuest is an amazing opportunity, and I'm going to continue to talk about it. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. You want to be notified, hit the bell. Thank y'all for tuning in. I've been on here much longer than I wanted to. It has been an hour and 12 minutes. I appreciate all of you that were tuning in. Pops, thank you for tuning in. Craig, thank you for tuning in and sharing your story. And for everyone else that tuned in and decided to get a little bit of information tonight, thank you so much. Feel free to share this with somebody else. We hope we're getting you excited, motivated, ready to rock and roll with MoveQuest. Oh, Craig said he lost 35 pounds thanks to MoveQuest. He lost 35 pounds and he's bedridden. You have no excuses. Ladies and gentlemen, you have none. Thank you, Craig. I appreciate that. I'll tell somebody, this is just a short story and I'll get out of here. I go to Gold's Gym. And at Gold's Gym, at this particular branch that I go to, I'd say that most of the people that are there, thank you, Craig, appreciate the $2 in the super chat. I'm gonna clap that up. Supporting the brand, baby, I appreciate it. I so much appreciate it. In the gym that I go to, I won't say what the average age is, but I see many people that are got to be in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, maybe even some in their 80s. That are showing up. They are there when I am there. I am there 5 times a week at least. And I see the same demographic of people. What that does to me, it just motivates me. It just lets me know while I've got the youth and the activity in my limbs, I better use it. Because they understand the value of using it and they're in their 60s, 70s, and 80s. I'm sure some of them wish that they used the time when they were younger to be as active. Some of them are just in the mode of just staying active because they've been that way for so long. But that motivates me. I love it. I love seeing folks getting active. I love seeing folks get after it. I love seeing people's lives change. I love seeing transformation pictures and videos, folks losing weight and getting in their best shape and living their best life. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be taking some even better pictures and videos when that price of MQT goes to 100, to 500, to 1,000, to 50,000. To 100,000. I'm speaking it right now. I'm claiming it right now. And for all of you guys that are involved, stay plugged in, stay in the game. It ain't always going to be perfect. But in this opportunity, you control what you control. And over time, that'll be good enough. I believe that. That being said, put your 2FA on all the platforms that will allow you and all your wallets because crypto is indeed the Wild Wild West, y'all. If you haven't liked or subscribed to this channel, go ahead and like and subscribe. Make sure you don't miss another live because I'm going to be talking about MoveQuest all year long and beyond, all right? I can't wait till I get some MoveQuest gear to be rolling around in all the time, all right? Because I will. Mark my words. Everything you see on me going to have like a little MoveQuest brand on it next to my BOJ logo because we are after it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the best crypto opportunity that I have seen in my life. It has the most ability to change lives because it now adds the life-changing aspects of your physical fitness and not just your wallet. There are going to be plenty of opportunities out there. Some of our leaders out there, and I told them on the video yesterday, I'm proud of y'all for staying in the game. But some of these platforms y'all already know are just here to make y'all a buck. So get your money. Get your money. I respect the hustle now. Because a lot of you are telling folks, hey, look, we don't know how long this is going to be here. But we're going to take the chance. I was right there with you. But a part of me is like, when you know better, you do better. And when you get better, you move better. When you get better, you just have the opportunity to do better, y'all. So I'm going to do better. We're going to do better.